Yeah, it's like a huge thing now. I mean, back in the day, and it's just escalated to a whole new level now. And even clubs, running clubs, my gosh. Running, yes, it does burn calories.
Mhm.
And we get these calories from food, 100%. But I really don't like the mindset of exercising to burn calories. I think you need to look at where you are at right now,
Mhm.
and again, slowly build from there.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a great year so far. Merry Christmas and definitely a Happy New Year to everyone. That I'm not sure when the video is coming out yet, but it'll be close to New Year's, that's for sure, because it today's topic and today's special guest has a lot of things that we can talk about regarding New Year and of course regarding running as well. So today we do have a special guest, which is Adele. Thanks for coming on this, Adele. Could you give like a quick intro about yourself?
No worries. Thanks, Garrick, for having me. Hi, everyone. My name is Adele. I am a dietitian nutritionist with a master's in nutrition and dietetics. Um, so, what I do is basically I started nutrition track, and we've been in the business for over close to 8 years now. And to date, I've seen more than 1,000 individual clients. I've worked with more than 100 corporate clients as well. And we do individual consultations, we do corporate talks. And yeah, that's basically the gist of what I do. I do create a lot of free content on social media,
Hmm.
and currently also the nutrition coach for Adidas Runners KL.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you're working with Adidas as well. And I saw somewhere that you are also a runner, right? Like you actually used to run. Well, you do still run, but you like
Yeah, I do.
I think you like
Just not.
you got first runner up back in 2014, is it, at the Standard Chartered?
Yeah. Yeah, wow,
Okay.
that's a long time ago, like more than 10 years ago.
Well, I mean that's still pretty impressive. But you still run very actively and now as well.
Yeah, but just probably not as long as not and not as much as before.
Okay, that's great. So, yeah, the reason we have Adele on today is because with the new year coming up, there's definitely a lot of people that are coming up with resolutions, new things, new goals that they want to come up with. But it's always a trend, and it's still a trend now that the number one thing that people have on their list always is to either get fit or to go to the gym or to lose weight. And all these kind of reasons, they kind of go hand in hand, which I thought would be a great topic to talk about with Adele because she's a nutritionist and she knows a lot about running as well. So I wanted to kind of bridge that gap of losing weight and also running and how these things kind of all relate to each other. So, Adele, in your opinion, why do you think the link between losing weight itself and maybe like running, how it kind of all came about, and like why do you think that people feel like they have to run, to kind of lose weight?
Um, well, I think the idea came that from like running is cardio,
Mm-hmm.
and cardio feels vigorous, it's hard, and you sweat a lot. So it actually feels like you're burning a lot of calories. So I guess over time, the message is cardio, running, weight loss. Uh, and and I think people probably hate it or not like it as much because it is, well, running is repetitive. And it definitely feels hard at the start, but mostly because people are just not fit yet, right?
Mm,
And they probably don't have the right expectations of it, the right approach and right mindset towards running. So yeah, so maybe that's why they hate it. And they probably feel forced to do it. It's because they probably think that okay, if I want to lose weight, I need to burn fat, and the only way to burn fat is through cardio.
mm.
So that's why they probably feel like I need to do this, otherwise I won't be able to burn fat per se.
Right. Yeah, definitely the first thing on their minds is to always lose fat. And when they do think about cardio as like the main or like number one option to do that. But I guess with what people are doing these days, like weight training is definitely a lot of like another big option as well that people, tend to go into. So regarding like running itself, why do you think running kind of get like a bad rep? Because weight training is not to say very easy as well, especially for first timers, but they tend to think like running is just like it's like so bad.
I think because of the probably because it's repetitive and
Mm,
and maybe just the nature of it doesn't sound as fun, doesn't feel as fun. Whereas in a gym setting, well, people's definition of gym also is quite different, right? So
mm,
probably think that maybe gym setting is more like with other people. You get to go to a class, it's a bit more fun, and they're doing different things,
mhm.
different movements, rather than like running is literally just one thing, just going in one direction.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why people, have this kind of negative impression of running.
Right. Did you started off as a runner yourself?
I did a lot of rock climbing actually back in the
Mm,
day, and run. I started running because it was. In fact, I just started running because I wanted to lose weight back then, and and uh, and it was also the very easily accessible. It was also cheap. Like all you need is running shoes, right? And yeah, that's what I did. And then
mm,
I got into it even more is when I started to join like community runs and clubs, and that really changed my perspective on like running in general.
right, right. Yeah, like for me, as a kid, I played football a lot, so that involves a lot of running as already. So I never really dread just the idea of running itself, but like running without a ball was definitely a different thing altogether. But yeah, so in terms of the way they think about running, or like at least new people trying to do it, what do you think are like some of the effects running have on like the body, in terms of their mentality, how does it kind of affects them as a whole if they're trying to get into it?
There's definitely a lot of physical and mental benefits of running.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, running, it helps your muscles, strengthens your bones, help your connective tissues and whatnot. And all of these are really great for health. It's important for our heart health as well. So yeah, so there's a lot of physical benefits, mental benefits, probably even more in the sense that, it can improve your mood, reduce your stress, help you sleep better, boost confidence, and I think like it's also challenging in a way. It's running is mentally challenging, and I feel that when you have that experience, you go through that, it actually does help to spill over like other areas of your life. So yeah, running is great in those many other benefits outside of running.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree as well that there are a lot of benefits to it. Do you think there are any like potential downsides, or like, maybe things that people should be cautious about or wary about, when they just started to go into it?
I think it's just how is the pacing of how fast you go and how fast you start, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
you've never done running before, obviously you don't want to go from zero running to like every day because you're not building up properly, and with that you're gonna feel probably extra tired, extra sore, extra heavy legs, which is and that itself may make you think that, oh, running is hard, running is not, it's not for me. But the problem is that it's not running is the problem, is that you're not starting out, you're not pacing yourself properly
Mm-hmm.
at the start. So I think it's just really having that mindset of, getting into this, building up slowly, progressively,
Mm.
actually. Yeah. And
That's
and it really is all in the mindset. Like, it's like how you start, giving yourself enough time for your body to adapt as well. And then you progressively increase from there. It also will help you reduce injury risk. So, a lot of people say that, oh, running, makes you injured and whatnot. It really is how people do it. Again, it's
mm,
not running itself that's the problem. It's really how people go about it that usually is the issue. And also sometimes they don't pay attention to nutrition, they don't pay attention to sleep, which can indirectly affect and increase your risk of all these other things as well. So again, if you do it well, if you do it properly, you will definitely reap the benefits more than the
mm.
negatives.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think especially in social media nowadays, there are people who are putting out a lot of wild facts out there, like, running is bad for your knees, or like
Mm,
running is bad for this and that, which, has
exactly.
been, yeah, disproven before. But that's kind of where like zone two running, like the whole concept itself is coming to back here where people are like, getting back into it. So they are being expected to just run easy first, not go too
Mm.
hard, right? Yeah. And do you think running has become an even like bigger trend or boom like since COVID? Because
Oh, 100%.
it's such a big thing now.
Yeah, it's like a huge thing now. I mean, back in the day, um, like not many people running, not well, there were still a lot of events back in the day, but I think it's just and it's just escalated to a whole new level now. And even clubs, running clubs, my gosh, I can't even keep up with the number of running clubs out there.
Mm,
So yeah, I think during COVID, running was accessible still, and it was a sport where you can still social distance, like you can do it yourself. And I think post COVID, many people kept it going because I don't know, probably because it helped them build some sort of structure. They probably
mm,
found some sort of community. And I guess post COVID, they can start joining events, and there was a goal to work towards, like training for a marathon, for example. I mean, everyone I know who hated running in the past is now training for some half marathon or marathon, and it's like it's so wild, it's so crazy, yeah. But it's a good thing. I mean, more and more
mm,
people are getting, moving, they're exercising, they're getting out there, which is definitely better for health and better for
mhm.
everyone in general. Yeah.
Right. Are you training anything for at the moment?
Yes, I'm doing the High Rocks in Bangkok. That's what I'm training for.
Oh, wow. Okay. So both running and weights
Yeah,
together.
yeah, it's a nice combination of both.
Right, right. Okay. That's like the next step up if people want to step up from just running itself.
I would say it's different.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah, I think this is important, like what you said, for people who want to start picking up the sport, as like a new thing they want to do for next year, to start off slow and to just kind of go at their own pace, not think about what people are saying, right? I think that's pretty important.
Yeah,
Um, Okay, so I want to get to know more from your expertise on this about running and I think eating. I think this becomes like a very big thing that people kind of get mixed up on. So people always have this impression like if I run a lot or if I just do if like a 5K today, I can kind of eat anything I want. It can all burn off. So what is your take on this between running itself and also like the calorie intakes?
well, running, yes, it does burn calories.
Mhm.
And we get these calories from food, 100%. But I really don't like the mindset of exercising to burn calories. Doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
whether it's running or any other exercise, or eating anything you want just cause you exercise. I don't like this whole mindset in general. I think the mindset should just be to use food to feel your runs, feel your activity levels, and whatever that's going on in your life. So eat the right amount according to you and your goals and whatever else you're doing. That should be the goal, and not, oh, because I did this, so I can do this.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's more. I guess I'm thinking more from a broader, bigger picture, not just in the immediate, like I because I run, I need to eat this, or because, yeah, I burn a certain
Mm.
amount of calories, I need to eat it back. But it's more sort of thinking, how can I use food to really give me the energy that I need to perform well, and give me the food that I need to recover and go about my day-to-day life. Yeah, that's how I would view it in general. And it's
Mm.
not something that you need to earn, um, or something that you need to feel guilty if you didn't do the run, for example.
So if let's say someone wants to start running and then they don't really think about like, counting calories or like how much they eat, they kind of go by feel, which I think a lot of people do. What would you say is like the best steps or like your kind of advice to have the kind of diet that they want and also how it supplements their active lifestyle, like in terms of running?
I think if you're really just starting out, again, it really depends on what your goal is and what your program looks like, what your activity levels are. I would say most of the Malaysian population are still relatively sedentary. So if we're talking about someone who's sedentary, just picking up running, I think you can really start at the Malaysian plate, the suku separuh. You can really
Hmm.
start there, which
Yep.
is literally filling half your plate with vegetables, quarter of carbs, quarter of protein. Honestly, that's like really the best place to start. And once you've done that, like once you're consistent in that, and I think then, and especially if let's say you start picking up in terms of your running intensity or volume,
Hmm.
that's where the next step is then, okay, what else can we add in to that? But I think as a broad, general, basic advice is that's where you can start if you're not
Mm.
already doing it. Um, yeah, and just really paying attention to how you feel your plate, what snacks are you having. But yeah, that's somewhere that they can start. I will add that you can focus on things like your fruits and vegetables because these really provide a lot of antioxidants, which are really great for recovery as well. And in terms of
Hmm.
protein, my advice would be to try to include fish for its omega-3, which is also anti-inflammatory and again supports recovery. So, yeah, specific for runners, those will probably be like the two additional tips that will give it on top of what you're having for general population if you're just starting out.
Right. Okay. That's great. One interesting topic that I want to ask is the
Mm,
matter of carbs.
okay.
So, I think in Asia, especially, well, in my opinion, I think for women, they tend
Yeah.
to think of carbs as like pure fat, right? A lot of people, a lot of them, they kind of want to avoid a lot of carbs. It's like almost to like none on their plate. But if they're doing like high endurance sports, if they're running, what would you say to them? Like how would you kind of explain to them what kind of role that carbs play in that?
It's like the key source of energy, that's what I would say. It's like the main source of energy
Hmm.
that your body needs. So, yeah, I mean, in the general population, again, you will see two extremes. One is people eating way too much carbs for what they need, and then the other end is like not enough carbs for what they need or for not enough for their sport. So I think it's really finding a middle ground and it's really knowing how much you need, how much your body needs, and then matching that and just yeah, and just literally matching that to your goals and your activity levels. Yeah.
Hmm.
But it should not be feared for sure. It's really an important source of energy that you need to go about your running and to go about your activities.
Hmm.
It's like fuel for your car. Even if you have a nice car, no fuel, you're not gonna go anywhere. So that's what I like to think about it.
Okay, yeah, that's a great analogy. I think it kind of paints the picture. You can kind of imagine it already. Do you train or like help a lot of like new people in terms of lifestyle or and nutrition, things like that, compared
Yes.
to like coaching like the Adidas group? What's sort of like the difference between that?
I would say the difference meaning.
Kind of like what they require, like maybe coaching more athletes compared to like normal people, like normal everyday kind of people. Yeah. What are like some of the differences in the way you approach them?
I guess again it depends on where they're at in terms of what level they're at, what's their baseline diet, what's their baseline mentality, and their mindset towards it, and then I'll adjust accordingly. But I
Mm-hmm.
would say, like for example, if athletes they just need to pay more attention to things like meal timing because you obviously want to fuel your runs better. So that's we kind of leverage on the timing as well to make sure that you are well recovered so you can train the next day or train the next session in the
Mm-hmm.
same day, for example. Sleep is something that I really also emphasize quite a bit. Even for the general population, I still would do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but I think for athletes, it's just a little bit more specific, like more detail in terms of like calories and macros, more detail in terms of like I said, meal timing, how you plan your snacks, your meals, your pre-workout, your post-workout around that. So yeah, so it's probably one step above the population, the general population.
I don't have a lot of nutritional background, so I kind of go by what I know as well and what I've learned on my own. So I think hearing that from you, it does help a lot and it benefits a lot for like newer people especially. So for like people who want to go into the new year, they want to start getting fit, either they pick up running or like just go to the gym. What sort of advice or steps do you think they can take, and what sort of nutritional things that they can kind of implement as well?
Mm. Well, if you're just starting out in terms of any exercise, I think you need to look at where you are at right now,
Mm-hmm.
and again, slowly build from there. So, for example, if you are again sedentary, not doing anything, then maybe start with one session a week or 1 to 2 sessions, whatever that you can fit into your lifestyle, and then focus on being consistent. So don't need to care about how much weight you're lifting, what distance you're running, what speed you're running. You really just need to get the consistency in. So 1 to 2 times a week, just make sure you get that 1 to 2 times a week. And then from there you can start to build on top of that. Once you've got like your baseline set, then you can start building. Then you can start thinking, okay, distance, speed, or like weight that I'm lifting.
Mm.
And try to remember that recovery is also important. And it's also good to cross train. So, for example, if you are running only, it's also good to add in some strength. If you're strength training only, I would suggest to add in some sort of cardio, some sort of like running as well. They both have different benefits, and
Mm.
they're both great to add into someone's routine. But I would say if you're really extremely new and you want to focus, you can opt to choose one thing first to make it easier for you. And then once you build that consistency, then you can start adding stuff on top of it. In terms of nutrition, again, the suku separuh is where you can literally start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, follow that pattern. If you need extra, maybe see what else is missing. Dairy is usually one that's really lacking. Dairy like milk, cheese, and yogurt. The stats, I think, it's like 98% of Malaysian population not hitting their dairy intake. So that's a lot.
Mm.
So that's somewhere that you can probably slot into your snack time. Fruit and vegetables also, not Malaysians are not hitting that, so that's again somewhere where you can slot in. So for example, like a yogurt with fruit, that could be a really good snack, or like chocolate milk with fruit, that could also be a really good um, afternoon snack or pre and post workout snack to have
Mm-mm.
as well.
Okay, that's great. But definitely not over snacking, right?
Yeah, well planned.
Yes. Okay.
Well planned.
All right, amazing. I think those are really good tips. I hope that some of you guys who listen to this, that you can go into the new year and set up a goal for yourself with all the advice that we got. One last thing, Adele, I just wanted to shoot this question to you. What is like the wildest or like most controversial thing that you've heard about either your profession or like nutrition or like can be running itself? Like something that just made you go like, wow, why would someone say that?
Um, well, I would say the first thing that really pops into my mind is the carnivore diet.
Ah, okay.
Because just because it's wild, because we know how great like fiber is, your fruits and vegetables, and a variety of that. So yeah, probably at the moment I just really can't sit with that. Like that to me is wild.
You know, the funny thing is my wife actually tried it for a while.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
How did it
yeah.
go?
Well, to her it went well because she didn't really take carbs and it's a lot
Mm,
of protein. So I don't know,
mm,
she said she felt good about it, but then it kind of went back to normal again after that. But she's someone who had tried a few different kinds of diets before.
mm. I
Mm,
mean, um, I guess the thing to think about is sustainability. Is how
yeah.
well you can sustain the diet. So
Mm.
yeah, and most of the time these kind of extreme approaches, they're just not sustainable. So something to think about for the new year as well.
Mm-hmm.
is, let's not think about the short term, like what you can do in January only, but think about what can you do like long term. And when you think long term, we're just looking at how can we build good habits every day. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about because life will happen. You're going to travel, you're going to get sick, something's going to happen. And I guess the key skill to have is how can you navigate these different life circumstances
Mm-hmm.
in terms of nutrition. So all these are skill based. It's not just about following like a strict diet, but we want to see how can we navigate and make different nutrition choices when these things pop up. So yeah, so that's what I always heavily emphasize on
Mm.
in general as well.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, yeah. So yeah, build that base, be consistent with it, and don't get too swayed by what social media is saying.
Oh yeah, don't get your advice from social media unless
Yes.
they are legit health professionals.
Yep. All right. I think that's all the questions we have. Thank you so much, Adele, for helping out the viewers. I hope they have a great new year from all the advice that you've gave them. And I hope for you guys as well. Hope you have a great new year, that you enjoyed 2025, then 2026 will be even better for you. Hope you get to start running even more. Yeah, thank you so much, Adele, again for your time. Is there anything you want to say for like maybe a nice plug or something?
Um, Plug. Oh yeah, okay, fine, sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do create a lot of free content on my social media.
Mm-hmm.
So you can follow me there at Nutrition Track or at Adele WLP.
Okay, great. Yeah, give her a follow. She gives a lot of really great advice. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you guys for the next one.